June 24th, 2025. It's late, like 11:30 p.m. Florence County deputies get a call. They arrive at this roadway, and what they find is it's the start of something horrific.
Yeah, horrific is the word. They find a 16-year-old boy just lying there. He'd been shot multiple times.
Twice, in the lower chest, just chilling.
Shot at point-blank range. They said maybe 2 feet away.
Exactly. And by the time he reached the hospital, Trey Wright was pronounced dead.
In this case, I mean, it started with one murder charge, right, against one shooter.
That's right. But it's just exploded since then into something really unprecedented and, frankly, pretty disturbing.
How many are we talking now?
We're talking about 9 teenagers. 9. Currently facing murder charges, and there's apparently a 10th expected to surrender soon.
Wow. Some of them are really young.
Yeah, get this. 2 of the defendants are just 16 years old themselves, the same age as Trey.
And here's the detail that it stops you cold. At least one of these teenagers apparently filmed the whole thing.
Filmed Trey Wright being shot and killed.
It's just unthinkable.
Welcome to the Final Hour. I'm Riley.
And I'm Taylor.
And in this deep dive, we're looking into the Trey Wright case. It's being called the most complex youth murder case in South Carolina's history.
And it leaves you with this massive, haunting question. How? How did 9 kids, some are still kids, end up charged with murder?
Right. Let's try and unpack this. So who was Trey? Trey Dean Wright, 16 years old, from Johnsonville, South Carolina.
And everything we've read, everything his family says, he sounds like he was just a really bright light. His mom, Ashley Lindsay, she called him 1 in a million.
Yeah, she said he was good for people's souls, that his happiness was so contagious. He always spread joy.
A good kid, high school athlete, loved being outdoors, just living life, full of promise. And there's this final TikTok post just days before he died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's dancing with a friend on a dark road. The caption was, I'm just a girl. No, you're the reason I wake up and smile every day. Just heartbreaking in hindsight.
Absolutely. So at the core of this whole thing, there was this love triangle. You had Trey.
Then his girlfriend, Gianna Kistenmacher, 17. And the third person, Devan Raper, 19.
Raper apparently had this sort of bad boy image online. It was pretty provocative. There was one post in particular, him flipping off the camera.
Yeah, with that caption, I wish we never met. I wish you would have stopped giving me missed signals, but can you stop because I'm trying to get to know your friend right now? And
the friend
was Trey.
Right. You can just feel the tension there, can't you? The jealousy just simmering.
Definitely seemed like classic teenage stuff brewing, but obviously it went somewhere horrific. There was real conflict there over Gianna.
Right, and he had a record. Or at least some history.
He did. There was a prior accessory charge related to felony or murder. It was actually dismissed just a few months before this, back in February 2025.
Right.
They're calling it a twisted murder plot now. The allegation is that Trey was essentially lured to his death.
Lured? How?
Well, the arrest warrants, they allege Kistenmacher drove Raper to this remote spot off North First Neck Road. And apparently a group of teens was already there waiting, for a showdown.
She drove him there, knowing he was armed.
The warrants claim she knew he had a weapon, knew he'd threatened Trey, and that a violent confrontation was basically inevitable, expected even.
And the details.
Right.
Trey was found around 11:30 p.m. 2 shots, lower chest.
And that fatal shot, like you said earlier, from just 2 feet away.
Such a close range?
Yeah, it's a critical forensic point. Sheriff T.J. Joy confirmed they have video of the whole thing.
The whole incident. On video.
The entire thing. They haven't released it, obviously, but they have it. Plus, there's social media evidence, and they're also looking into missing firearms connected to the case. So, lots of pieces.
Okay. So the very next day, June 25th, Devan Raper is arrested, charged with murder, weapon possession, held without bond. He's the alleged shooter.
But like you said, that was just the beginning.
Right. 5 days later, June 30th, Kistenmacher gets arrested.
Initially, it was accessory before the fact, helping plan it, basically. But then, in July, they upgraded her charges.
It's a murder, same as Raper.
Yeah. Though she was later released on bond, electronic monitoring, home detention. But then, August 2025, that's when the floodgates really opened.
That's when it just became this massive case. 6 more teenagers arrested. Suddenly, you have 9 people facing murder charges.
9. Let's just list them because the scale is important. Hunter Matthew Kendall, 18, Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
Sydney Marissa Kearns, 17. Myrtle Beach, she was released on a $20,000 bond.
$20,000.
For murder.
We'll get back to that. Karine Elizabeth Belviso, 18, also Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
Then Jaden Blaze Auclair, 17, from Loris. Braylon O'Neill Thompson, 17, Myrtle Beach. And then 2 more, both 16, so their names aren't public. They went through juvenile justice.
9 teenagers.
Yeah. With potentially one more coming.
Yeah.
9, maybe 10 teenagers, all charged with murder for one incident. How does that even work legally?
It hinges on the South Carolina law called hand of one is the hand of all. It's a form of accomplice liability.
Okay, break that down.
It means if you're part of a group planning or committing a crime and one person does something criminal, like, say, fires the gun, everyone in the group who is part of the plan can be held responsible for that act.
Even if they didn't pull the trigger.
Even then, the prosecution needs to prove they knew a crime was planned, they participated somehow, they were present, and they agreed to a plan where violence, like the shooting, was a natural and probable consequence.
So just being there, knowing something bad might happen, that could be enough for a murder charge under this.
Potentially, yes, if the prosecution can prove those elements.
And speaking of complicity, that Facebook post you mentioned earlier, Green Belviso.
Yeah. The day after Trey was murdered, while she's now charged as being part of it, she posts on Facebook, shares the GoFundMe link for Trey's family.
What did it say again?
Word for word, they've made a GoFundMe to help Trey's family. If you're able to donate, anything will help. Trey was one of my friends. We're heartbroken. To know him was to love him. LLT.
LLT. Long live Trey.
Long live Trey. The irony is just, it's staggering. It's almost a performance of grief. And Gianna Kistenmacher, too. They're on the same cheerleading team.
Right.
So, yeah, these weren't just random acquaintances. They were in the same circle.
Chilling.
How do you do that?
It's hard to comprehend. What's the status of these defendants now? Are they all in custody?
It varies. As of mid-August 2025, Devan Raper and Hunter Kendall are held without bond.
Okay.
Gianna Kistenmacher, she got bond, but with home confinement. And then Sydney Kearns and Green Belviso, they were released on $20,000 bond each. Legal commentators were stunned, saying that's basically nothing for a murder charge.
Because with a 10% surety, they only needed, what, $2,000?
Exactly. $2,000 cash to walk free while awaiting trial for murder. The state argued their age and lack of prior records justified it, but it raises serious questions.
Understandably.
And the defense attorneys are already pushing back hard. Tommy Britton, who represents Green Belviso, has been very public, says flat out, she's not guilty of anything.
Right.
You can expect all the defense teams to challenge this hand-of-one application. They'll argue their clients didn't know the extent of the plan, didn't intend for anyone to get killed. Proving that knowledge and intent for each defendant, that's the prosecution's hurdle.
Amidst all the legal talk, we have to remember Trey's mother, Ashley Lindsay. This must be unbearable.
Completely. She's spoken out about her grief, her frustration with the whole process. She told Fox News Digital something like, all this court hearing and bond court and stuff is driving me crazy. I don't even have time to sit down and think, on top of losing my precious baby.
You can just feel the pain in that.
Yeah. And she's vowed to fight. I will fight for justice for my baby, she said, if it takes every last breath in me. She described Trey as being good for people's souls, saying his happiness was so contagious, just devastating loss.
It really puts a human face on it.
And the investigation isn't even over yet. Still active.
Still active.
Yeah.
That 10th suspect is expected. You've got the video, all the social media stuff playing a huge role. And there are court dates coming up September 17th for Hunter Kendall and Green Belviso.
So this is far from over. Things are moving.
Sheriff T.J. Joy kind of summed it all up, didn't he? He said, this was an altercation between two individuals. The unfortunate reality is that a 16-year-old lost his life, and a 19-year-old will likely spend the rest of his life in prison. Over what?
That question just hangs there, doesn't it? Over what? How do things get to this point between teenagers?
It's the crucial question, isn't it?
And we have to keep coming back to Trey. This vibrant kid, full of joy, authentic, his mom's words about him being good for people's souls.
That's the heart of it. His legacy is this bright light, extinguished way too soon, a casualty of senseless violence.
His story is just such a stark reminder of the ripple effects. It impacts families, whole communities, shows how quickly things can spin out of control.
It's incredibly sobering.
So this deep dive, it really makes you ask some tough questions, doesn't it? I mean, how do 10 teenagers end up involved in one murder?
Right. What does it say about our culture, maybe, when kids not only plan something so violent, but actually film it?
And maybe
Right.
the most disturbing question of all, how many other young people are out there right now surrounded by people they trust who might actually be plotting against them?
It's a truly chilling thought to end on. It just underscores how important vigilance and communication are. We need to be aware.
Yeah. Well, if this deep dive into the Trey Wright case has made you think, if it's opened your eyes to the consequences of youth violence and these complex legal issues, please do us a favor, hit that like button.
And subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell so you don't miss our future investigations.
We also want to hear from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Let us know your thoughts on this case down in the comments. What do you think about the
Right.
hand of one is hand of all doctrine being used here? Are 9 murder charges justified in your view?
We really do read every comment. It helps us understand different perspectives.
Until next time, please stay vigilant. And remember that every single choice has consequences, especially when those choices involve violence.